Now, it is illegal to record this if you're in the court proceedings. If you're a witness to the court proceedings, if you were rebroadcasting it, that would be illegal. Now, for us, we don't have to worry about that because since one of Nick's goons, or Nick himself, recorded this, they're the ones that committed the crime, and we enjoy journalistic protections because it's not illegal to present something that was obtained illegally. Now, an example of this is if you're, like a corporate espionage or something, leaking, whistleblowing, those sort of things, you give it to a journalist, even though it is illegal to steal and leak those secrets. When a journalist has it in their possession, they can publish it because that's the freedom of information and speech that America does offer. So very interesting, very interesting. Let's go to 58. Let's go to 58, 55, I think is my timestamp for this one. Let's see. Oh wait, I got to make sure it's not muted. Surely, there we go.
Of the matter. Mr. White, do you agree? Witnesses are sequestered. So I think that order, itself requires that anybody who could be a potential witness. So obviously, Mr. Rekieta, Mr. Melton, Mr. Imholte can't be talking about the case.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Nick cannot talk about the case. Now, Nick was having to remove his X post today because he was live tweeting his own court proceedings. He then got censored and he had to post, "I had been ordered not to comment on any pending litigation. Peace, y'all." Whenever Nick says peace, y'all, you know that he's upset. So very funny. Very funny indeed. Let's but there's a funnier part here. I believe it's just after this part.
Do you have any objection to your client and Mr. Johnson's client, your clients and Mr. Johnson not discussing the facts related to this case?
Just a moment, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I believe it's right here.
And again, it'd be limited to the principal parties.
Yeah.
By the way, I would like to say that Brian L. Johnson, who is Aaron's attorney, seemed very prepared, very well put together, and I think he made Mr. White look like an absolute asshole, an absolute retard, honestly. There's a really funny part when Mr. White says, "No, you didn't."
I'm not exactly sure how broad this would be.
Come on.
What exactly is Mr. Johnson asking for as far as the breadth of this is concerned?
That there be no social media posts or YouTube discussions regarding this matter pending the outcome.
Yeah, but how far is regarding this matter is the question I'm asking. Are we talking about what testimony has been offered? What evidence has been admitted? What are we talking about here? I need to know.
Excuse me, it's an all-inclusive request for everything that's been discussed today, all the evidence that has been provided, submitted, everything as a whole, that it not be discussed by the parties in any format whatsoever.
I think my client has been kicked off.
Yep, he is using a thing that we have determined is.
Here it is. They kicked Nick out of the courtroom because of his watermark on OBS.
Recording. So if he would like to be put back in, he needs to stop that.
All right.
Naughty, Nicky. If you want to be let back into court, you're going to have to play by the rules. And he doesn't like that. He got kicked. Kicked exclusive, only Nick Rekieta.
So that's my clerk talking about some client recording. I am going to put an order together. I'll if the parties want to give me proposed orders, the oral order for now is you have to wait till Tuesday till I review any proposed orders. But for now, and until I find something else.
There we go. He got let in. He was seething.
No party to this hearing shall talk about anything that's happened on this hearing unless they're required in some other court hearing or with their attorneys. So no public posts, no social media, no discussion otherwise. No. Obviously, they can't control what followers or
that's true. They can't.
Other individuals that are just general members of the public.
Melton, he can't talk about the Steel Toe man. Does he have any other content that isn't about talking about kids or just Nick or Aaron?
That's up to them. But obviously, I also don't want either party creating more evidence for the other party. We've already got
a good idea. Don't do that.
A lot of exhibits.
Now, Nick has already created more evidence, by the way.
So that's where it is now. Obviously, if we want to tailor that, the best case scenario would be the attorneys working together on that and putting a joint proposed order. Thank you.
I think that after this session, they went into a back room and they just asked them to stop being retarded and just work this out because this is absolutely nonsense. There was something else I was looking for. I wonder if it is here. Maybe I'll have to
Thank
wait
you,
till
Your Honor.
people put up
Yeah.
the transcript of it. It's a very funny message from somebody.
Trying to proceed.
The hearings are adjourned, and I
think
will
it's around
reach
here.
out
Let's
to
see if we can find
discuss next steps to both the attorneys. Thank you, everyone, for your patience today. Mr. John, I'm sorry, Mr.
Oh, we got a news from Scott BBC News to everyone. Back Ethan Van Sciver. Frog meets world on Indiegogo. Thank you, BBC News.
Johnson or Mr. White. Anything additional today?
Yes,
Yes,
Your Honor.
Mr.
Sorry.
White, go ahead.
I would like 5379 to proceed if
I
possible.
think the judge
in
actually
person.
mentions this as well, which is very funny.
5504, Mr. Melton's case is difficult because he's in Las Vegas, Nevada.
By the way, Mr. White, this is Mr. White. This is Nick's terrible attorney, who we think that Nick only hired him because he's so useless. Nick can write the things for him, and he just does what Nick says. He has no backbone, apparently. He was like objecting to everything in some ridiculous cases. One of them was very funny, where he asked Aaron a question, and then Aaron gives an answer, and he objects, and then the judge says, "Bro, you asked him to ask you how he knew. He was just answering." He was very, very, very disappointed.
But Mr. Rekieta is in Spicer, and I am more than willing to travel to Stearns County in order to appear in person, because I think this would have been more effective had we been in person.
This is a tell. This would have been more effective if we were in person, Judge. Yeah, because you did a shit job. That's why it'd be more effective, because you realize how much of a boomer you are.
And I understand the technology makes it not as clear. I also note in the chat room, I'm kicking someone else out now too, who decided that it was a good idea that BBC World wanted to give us a shot.
Can we get some BBC World in the chat? Very good. Very good. Let's go to this one. Let's go to 37 minutes, I believe. Let's have a quick look. 37 minutes, around this time. Let's have a look. If this loads, this is from an archive site, so it might take a moment. If it's not working, BobTube says 36:35. 36:35. We'll try that. If it's not working, then we'll go into the other stuff while we wait for it to reboot. I'll give it a quick one here. Some people are also, this is being uploaded to YouTube by people as well. Let me see. 36:35. What did you say? 36:35. 36:35. Let's check this out. It starts there for context. Okay. This is a good part. One of my favorite parts, honestly. Come on, work you dog. Come on, you shit archive.org. Let me see. Well, while we're waiting for it to load, if it does indeed load, we might come back to it. There's some other funny parts in it. And in the beginning of the trial, they asked Aaron what Nick does, and he's like, "Well, I believe he's a part-time live streamer," something to that effect. Very funny. They asked him if he was good at stand-up, and he said, "Well, I wouldn't quit your day job." So there was a lot of like cross jury felting, or cross courtroom felting. It was very entertaining.
I'm worried he could.
All right, this is in context that Nick could go off the rails and murder Aaron, which he absolutely could, because I believe that this story will end with Nick wearing Aaron's face, as he's going to skin Aaron alive and then wear him in some sort of bodysuit because he wants to be inside him and also be him at the same time.
Has he ever shown up at your house uninvited?
And he's been to my house multiple times.
That wasn't my question, Mr. Imholte. My question was...
He did appear at my house uninvited one time. I asked my ex-wife when she was moving some of her belongings from my garage not to allow Nick Rekieta and another person to my house.
So he's saying another person because he can't legally talk about Kayla. I think in the context of a courtroom, it would be okay, but you may as well be covering your bases, right?
And she allowed those people to my house anyway. Against
How do you know that?
Because she told me she did.
Objection, that's hearsay.
You asked him how he knew it, and he answered, overruled.
No. Judd is base. I like this guy. He's good.
Okay. Your
Okay.
Honor,
Okay. Oh, okay. 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 All right, let's go to 50 minutes. Let's go to 50 minutes for a bit of a chuckle. We're having the chuckles up first, then we'll go through the actual context. I think it's around here. This is probably the absolute best part. Again, if it loads, we'll have to wait and see. Objection. There was like, we honestly think that like Nick probably asked the judge, Mr. White to object to basically everything, because he was objecting to so many ridiculous things, and the judge was being such good faith. He was giving Mr. White the answers to things. He was telling him how to do his job. He was like, well, like what I think you're trying to say is so and so. He's probably one of the most helpful, understanding judges that I've ever seen, and I think that he's doing this for a reason. I think that the judge is being so nice because this is, like I said, it's very unlikely that Aaron will prevail. But I think he's looking for any opportunity to fuck over Nick and Mr. White, because they're being cunts the entire way. And this is like, for example, they have denied Aaron's continuances or asked to not allow them 3 times in a row, which is just completely unreasonable. The first time you let it go. The second time, yeah, maybe you can appeal that, but or try and get it not deferred or something. But like, they have been cunts the entire way. It doesn't look good. So while this is probably an easy win for Nick and Belton, honestly, I think the judge is giving him either any opportunity to fuck up, or he's just so disappointed in what this judge is bringing to the table, or what this what this lawyer is bringing to the table. Oh yeah, this archive link was working much better for me before.
No.
All right, 50 minutes. Let's see.
Those images. I do not know how those images were acquired.
okay. Do you know for a fact that it was Mr. Rekieta that pushed publish on those images?
Your Honor, we already had this this line of questioning.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Excuse me.
Go ahead, Mr. Johnson, with your objection.
Your Honor, we already had this line of questioning when Mr. White was asking my client about his ex-wife or anybody else having access to this information or releasing his private information. We did discuss this already.
No.
No. I think that might have to be a sound bar. That was just so good. That was so funny. There's a couple of other things. Let me see. Let's go to 25 minutes in. I think there was a good... I mean, I have to refresh this every time we move around.
To the difference that...
But around 25 minutes, I think, is when the judge is being really nice. He's being very nice to Mr. White. Let's take a look. And then we'll put the jokes aside and we'll go through the actual serious stuff. Oh, dear. Aaron lied a few times under oath. It's possible. I don't know if he did or not. I mean, I wouldn't know what Aaron knows. But he definitely answered a lot of I do not recall to a few things. What do you mean in particular, out of curiosity? You might YouTube link. Well, if your YouTube link doesn't buffer, let me have it. But it probably won't be as needed once we get through this last one, unless there's something I really want to talk about.
No, I was called.
All right, 25 minutes, I think, is my timestamp. 25 minutes. And let's see. It's all jokes. I mean, it is very funny. It is very funny to watch. I'll give you that. All right,
about whether or not he put in any proof.
All right. So here's the judge explaining the job to Mr. White, because he seems to have a difficulty understanding.
You know, there might be proof. You say the proof isn't complete enough, and you're crossing him on the nature of what he hasn't yet put into evidence.
That is, but anticipating that he will. Okay. So,
Your Honor, I object to that. You can't question with anticipation.
Yeah, you're. It's also not effective. You're attempting to impeach him by the fact that there's no video evidence. Yet you acknowledge that there's video evidence, and the goal is that I don't allow it in because it's not complete, even though you're talking about a small portion of it. So I'm going to let. I mean,
it's a good point. Good point by the judge. Maybe Mr. White should be paying attention.
Mr. Johnson, try and prove up that foundation for that, so we don't lose track here, and then we can talk about what isn't complete, and you can cross-examine him if you want. Go ahead, Mr. Johnson.
Oh dear, dear, dear. There was maybe one more thing. Well, there's a couple of things. One of the funny things, I guess I'll stop skipping around the video and we'll go through and maybe come back to these sort of funny things later. But one of the really embarrassing things that happened is that they submitted a hyperlink as a piece of evidence. So instead of submitting the evidence of, and I believe the hyperlink was to a link of Aaron's show, they submitted the evidence was just the link. And he's like, well, I've got the link here for you. And it's like, well, objection. And the objection was that the evidence just showed a piece of paper with a hyperlink. That's the evidence. You can't just have these links. Okay, the evidence is the hyperlink, and the hyperlink doesn't tell you nothing except the location of the video. So it was very funny that they just didn't understand. And they were trying to play these gotchas and trying to use it to impeach Aaron's testimony. And they literally was like, I'm sorry, Your Honor, this is just a hyperlink. Why couldn't he just upload the video to YouTube? And he just couldn't answer it. It was just so fucking stupid. This is a funny part, and they might actually show the clip for this part, even though I'm behind that kind of being obtuse. I will show this part. I will show this part because this is funny, and it gives me an opportunity to. So we want to go to, I believe this is at 39 minutes. So we'll go to 39 minutes. Let's see. Nick looks bizarre. I'd say that Nick just looks like he's trying to look like he has money, or he's trying to look like he's tough.
Downloaded. It is.
So this is when they submit a piece of paper with a hyperlink instead of the actual evidence.
It is, however, live on YouTube, or at least it was a moment ago. And it shows Mr. Imholte impeaching his testimony right here. I think it's very probative, and I believe the court needs to see it, even in the context of referring to a hyperlink.
Your Honor, we don't know what's on that video. There's nothing been established that my client has actually deleted the video, that counsel's speculating. And so again, I submit to the court that the only thing we have right now is a piece of paper with a hyperlink that has no additional information regarding what that video may or may contain, whether that link even goes to a video now or in the past.
Your Honor,
Go ahead.
I'm suggesting that it's been deleted.
All right. So the exhibit you're offering is a hyperlink. That exhibit has no.
Does anyone actually have the link to this stream? I'm kind of curious if Mr. White has just boldfaced lied here.
Relevance, because it only tells me what the hyperlink is. If there's another exhibit that says this, you can introduce it. Otherwise, you can ask him questions.
All right, Your Honor. Mr. Imholte, did you not admit that you would, on May 27th,
he just looks like terrible in the courtroom,
after both the event in Las Vegas and the alleged Twitter post, that you were not afraid of Mr. Rekieta and would, in fact, did not need an HRO and would kick him upside down and sideways, I'm paraphrasing, should he ever confront you?
I don't recall that.
You don't recall stating?
I mean, this looks so bad. It's like, well, if they had like it's like, well, Your Honor, if we had the link to show you, we could show, but we don't have it.
That you were not afraid of Mr. Rekieta.
I do not recall in the context you're talking about. And the up, down, and sideways, I don't recall that either.
I was paraphrasing.
I will take special note of him looking through his notes here, shuffling his legal paper. And look at Big Boy. Look at Big Boy in the background. He's making the white person face.
You testified that that Mr. Rekieta traveled to.
All right, that's the point. That's the point I wanted to show you. This is like an elementary mistake as well. You never want to give the control of the narrative to the person you're questioning, and that's what they did here. He threw it over. Really big mistake there. All right, this is the part. So this is urine and baby oil, which is the name of Aaron's show of that day. Is this muted or no? It's not. It's just silent at the moment. There we go.
Mr. Imholte?
Yep.
You testified earlier that you had some concerns about Mr. Rekieta commenting on your genitalia.
I had to show this part.
Why did you discuss or show your genitalia to Mr.
Another win for
Rekieta?
the toe.
I don't.
Objection, relevance?
They brought it up, Your Honor.
Sure, but they brought it up in the context that he didn't want to disseminate it.
I understand.
Do you have
I
a question?
understand that.
All right, I'll ask the only question that might be relevant, Mr.
This is so funny. The judge is just like, listen, I'm tired of this. I'll ask your questions for you. I'll ask the only relevant question, Mr. White. So it's so they've got their little kitty gloves on for him. It's crazy.
Imholte, was there any time where you during communications with Mr. Rekieta or anyone else involved in the complicated relationship you testified earlier, did you ever discuss disseminating information about your genitalia to other people outside that complicated relationship?
No, never.
Okay. Mr. White, do you have any other thing to impeach him on that said he saw?
No.
At the beginning of the trial, they argued about how to pronounce Nick's name. So the judge is confused.
Genitalia once? Okay.
No.
Thank you.
All right, this part here, you have to just look at Mr. White. He looks fucking rough. It's awful. He's suffering right now. This is like me trying to organize a stream. This is what I look like when I'm reading the comments.
Mr.
Instead
Imholte,
of
have
talking.
you yourself ever disseminated a private image of someone else on your show?
Objection, relevance.
See, like this guy just looks like this is the kind of lawyer you want. He's just like so fucking tired of this shit. It's just not relevant. Come on now.
Your Honor, Mr. Imholte is asking to be able to have it both ways. He wants to be able
he can answer that question overruled.
He wants it both ways, like he had both of Kayla's holes.
On your show.
Your Honor, there's a pending criminal
What the
matter.
fuck is that? Hold on a second. I guess it doesn't matter. I think
that
it's
my
just someone's
client
profile
would
picture.
not be serving himself by answering that question.
And that's not post-sentencing.
I think that wasn't in the courtroom. I think this is the person that was stream recording. I think that wasn't a in-court sound effect, although it was kind of funny.
Not post-sentencing. Sentencing has yet to occur.
Your Honor, then the court, excuse me, the Mr. Imholte can take the Fifth Amendment, rely on his Fifth Amendment privilege, and the court can take a negative inference.
Your Honor, I'm going to object to this line of questioning. My client's behavior is not at issue here. What is at issue here is Mr. Rekieta's conduct towards my client, which is why my client filed the harassment restraining order. It's my belief that opposing counsel is trying to get this information to embarrass my client.
I will say, though, that Aaron looks a little bit like this dude's son. Like, like if you did something bad and you have your dad talk your way out of the problem and like you're looking there guilty. I don't know. Like, it just kind of seems like that, doesn't it? It's maybe because Aaron is beardless or something. He just looks like a little boy here. And this is the dad. And he's just like, listen, these things happen. I understand. We just got to come on now. It's like very, like you see that, like this image in particular, it may be because Aaron is like scrunched up like this. I don't know. So we'll say that. They could be related. I don't know about that. Base Shaman says, sorry, I'm super late. Can you summarize the whole lawsuit is about? This is the homo restraining order between Nick and Melton and Aaron. They're trying to keep Nick and Melton away from touching his genitalia and sharing his goon pictures or some shit. But it's the long and short of it is that it was being deferred another month. So it's another month where Melton can't talk about it. It's another month where Nick has to seethe and cope and is too weak to stream, but even though it is just his part-time job.
And negatively impact his pending criminal case. That is
Mr. Johnson. So we're going to cut off for today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the parties to consider the following stipulation pending the continued.
All right, there you go.